Hello, my friends, and welcome to my video entitled Coin Showcase for May 6th, 2022. So, the idea is that we're going to quickly browse through some of the new inventory that I have and perhaps get some great ideas for what you might want to collect next. Because you might not be aware of the cool, amazing objects that I have up with more inventory than ever and great items. So you guys all know my site TrustedCoins.com. You can find out about me over here. You could contact me here at my office anytime at TrustedCoins.com. When you go home, you click here to go directly into my eBay store. I also have my own PayPal-enabled shopping cart over here at GigaElectron.com. So my entire inventory I also have in my own catalog website, which is gigaelectron.com. It's still a bit of a work in progress, but I designed it for those that want to use PayPal and just want to deal directly with me, because eBay does charge fees, and sometimes that reflects in the price. So, anyways, so let's get started over here. So we have a lot of items. Congratulations, it's over 35,000 items now. So let's just browse by the newly listed. What's interesting? Um, we have a lot of these ancient coins where the Hebrew, I was identifying this, where the Hebrew is actually very tough. But in this coin, it's exceptionally clear. So, what's really interesting and what a lot of people don't know is that coins in exceptional condition and high grade command some of the highest values, because people want that, the best example possible of that. This one is of a scarce type of Hendon 1159. If you guys don't know Hendon, it's Guide to Biblical Coins. I have the fifth edition, but now there's a sixth one, so I have this one. That's what I reference from. The newest one, I don't know if they renumbered there, but obviously the coin should be listed in the new book too. I always recommend having the book. So, for example, if you're studying the subject, when you have a book, you could kind of like almost check off the coins that you could have, and you get a checklist of what you could get. And the histories that are written in that book are going to get you very well educated on the subject of the time period. But what's cool about I've been listing a lot of these ancient Judean ancients, and I've been figuring out this Hebrew text. There's probably 10 different variants. It's more of it looks tougher than it really is. Like when you start reading into this and finding these individual characters. But what's cool about my listings now, they feature this little blurb I came up with, which is all linkable. So, for example, if you wanted to see all of my Jerusalem coins, anything that has the thing in the title that says Jerusalem is going to come up. So this is the newly listed stuff. There's different ways to arrange the things here too. So you could always click on, let's say, lowest priced first, price plus shipping, lowest first, right? And then you could find some of my. Sometimes I have some items on auction. So maybe if you ever wanted to also visit my eBay store directly, there's also another domain that just redirects you, which is ZeusCoin.com. Um, you could just jump right in there. So from every one of these listings, at least here on eBay, I have a link to search for other things. Like, for example, if you want the John Hyrcanus, the earlier king, it searches my store for all the John Hyrcanus coins I have. Um, and then you could go to another listing and then go to, let's say, coins of Judea Capta. After the Romans captured the Jewish peoples, it shows all the Judea Capta or Judea Capta related issues to that. Even this modern one. This one was actually cut out of a coin. So on one side it said Judea Capta, and then it said on the other side Israel Liberta. See over here on this one, it's even commemorated in this gold medal. That's the interesting things about the coins, the silver Israel coins, is that they often feature really rare ancient coins. Like, for example, if you wanted all the 5 years of the Jewish war shekels, they're featured over here. So they're shown on this one. This is called the Pidyon Haben coin. My understanding is that for every male child, there's a five silver coin kind of mitzvah. Five silver coins of a Kohen or a descendant of, okay. So, very interesting type. So sometimes you could see an ancient coin featured on a modern coin, and with some of these ancient coins being only countable on one hand or two hands, um, this is a cool way to own it for a really, more reasonable price. So you guys get the point. You could look through every one of the Judean stuff, including the procurators. That's who you would be searching for, because they would be always listed on the coin. So Marcus Ambibalus, for example, was the procurator during early, like from somewhere early AD. So let's say, for example, this. Um, how do we tell the dates? You see this L and the O over here. That's L theta, and that's the date given in Greek, um, starting with year one, which was apparently 39 years before that. So it would probably be some sort of an era starting with the first year of Roman occupation, possibly of Jerusalem. So this is the interesting thing, because ours stands for Caesar. So you have this procurator that, and with this coin that clearly goes to 8 to 9 AD. And then you could research more. And then, of course, there's Nero coins. I have a lot of new stuff that's Nero listed, which you guys might find fantastic and is super rare. And in some of the nicest condition. Um, so we got this one, the snake in the tripod. Look at the sharpness of that portrait. I gotta say, I think some of these coins actually look better in hand, especially bronze coins like this. But going through some of the Neros, um, I get the sharpest example, so you probably won't be able to find anything as nice out there as as with mine. So that makes the coin a lot more collectible, also, because it's a pleasure to own. So that's what we have. A lot of new Neros listed, all different types. A lot of from Phrygia, and other, mostly provincial types, I would say here. But you could say the Jerusalem type is also the provincial. It's Jerusalem under Emperor Nero. Here you would see Nero's name, Neuronos for Nero, and this one for Caesar. Um, it's a very interesting thing to explore, and just by clicking on any one of the items, you could actually check out a lot of interesting types. Alexander Judeans, for example, that's always interesting. So let me see. You see over here, I even have some on auction. I've been listing up so many that certain examples that, whatever, I'll take whatever I can get for them. People could get really, really lucky on, for a couple of bucks sometimes. Not the sharpest example, but um, I think it's really good. You know, so if you just went to the store over here, I usually find the auctions is you click on this picture, and then you would click to price plus shipping lowest first, and that would probably put all the auction items I have up um, in the beginning. So you see, I have a lot of these Judeans. You could bid, win at a really reasonable price. All right, so showcasing more coins. So let's check out some. Let's see if we have any silver Greek. Right? What is the newest silver Greek coins that we have? So we just search for silver Greek, and we search for newly listed. Um, this is an interesting coin over here. This is a coin of the Roman Republic, where it celebrates the victory over the last kings of Macedonia. Macedonia was the kingdom of Alexander the Great that was founded under the kings before, his father, even Philip II, who was Alexander the Great's dad. So on this one, you would notice on the back behind over here, there's also a Macedonian helmet, I believe, to left, and you see this guy's wearing a Macedonian helmet. So this is supposed to be one of the last kings, either Philip V or Perseus of Macedonia, the last kings. So very interesting. Um, what else? Olympia, the place where Olympics was kind of created. This is a very popular type to rent them. I think they're very reasonably priced too here. You have this guy Taurus on a dolphin, and the horse is pretty beautiful over here. Nice and sharp. Let's see. What else do we have here? This is not Greek, but this is a sharp coin. You see, one of the things that I like to get are the coins that make you kind of say wow. You know, just even with all the dirt on it, and the corrosion, a little bit of corrosion maybe somewhere, but mostly really beautiful. Look at that. Look at that coin. It's the culture captured in miniature for thousands of years. And, I find that amazing. Every day I do this is just like, wow. I get to research the coolest coins in the world. I don't know what. Okay. That's good. So let's see what else. This is a nice coin too, Miletos. Really cool. Really old. Okay. This is cool. Ancient Egypt. This might be the father of Queen Cleopatra, the one we know that was lovers with Julius Caesar. Let's see. Let's read the information. Flood the court to the. So this guy reigned from 80 to 58 and 55 to 51. Yeah, exactly. Right before Queen Cleopatra. So how you usually date these is that you see these letters in the fields. Um, they're different for different kings and stuff, but usually that's how you can narrow it down to even such a specific time period like 64/63 BC. Oh, this is actually interesting, really cool. Xerxes to Artaxerxes, the empire. We're talking about very, very old coins over here. Look at that, 486 BC. Wow. So that's ancient Lydia. You have the king with a spear. There's basically two types. There's one with the king with the spear, and one with the king instead of the spear, he holds a dagger over here. Let me see if I could show you a different example. Spear. This is more of a dagger type, but you just can't really see it that much. That's really interesting. Um, these are always cool. They model the ancient Greek beauty of athleticism for this Olympic Games type of. It's a big silver coin. Let me see. Um, this one's interesting too. The birth of Jesus coin. So if you look up this article, you could read it that basically the coin commemorated a celestial event that could be connected with the birth of Jesus and the constellation and the comets that happened in that time period during his birth. So interesting coin. It's called the Star of Bethlehem issue. Um, cool thing to check out. Let's see what else. All this is searchable. So you see on the screen, you could always search by the title over here. So I don't even need to give you a link. Just go in the store and search for it. This is interesting. Menander. My understanding is this is a Greek king that took on Buddhism. He became a Greek Buddhist king. These are always cute with the elephant. That's ancient Greek kingdom of India. Those are cool. What's also cool that most people don't know about are my ancient Chinese. Let's say ancient China and some of this ancient China stuff that I have. Newly listed, let's say. So we have also coins from the PCs. This is called spade money. There was a whole bunch of different types. You need the book Hardell um, to reference this. That's where it references to the English reference to these. So absolutely stunning. This is a time period of different warring states. So you had different warring states warring and having war. Um, this is kind of interesting too. This is a near, very close by Mongolian money too. They would use different things for as trade money. Like for example, they would use the cowrie and the cowrie shell, and then they would actually make clay ones, stone ones, bronze ones, even gold ones. Like gold ones. See, this one still has the incrustation. There's a cowrie shell similar to this. Um, and incidentally, the Chinese symbol for money actually traces back to the cowrie shell too. Let's just look at this one. This is a clay one. Let's say. Um, so very old. Let's say. Let's see. The classical Chinese character for money. This one originated as a stylized drawing of Moldavian cowrie shell. That's the interesting thing about it. So we're talking about some of the earliest money forms, and that's what the cowrie shell would look like too. A lot of them would have holes so that they could put a lot of these things on the string. So usually they did not carry wallets. They would, have, let's say, dozens or hundreds of these on a string, and throw them around the bridle of the horse, around your neck. You could always carry your cash around. This is a very interesting type. It's called bridge money. But another trade token from ancient China. Look at this, incrustation. Look at that beauty. We're talking about something very, very old here. Let's see, bridge money, this kind of money. And then we have a whole bunch of different, let's say Wang Meng. That's always an interesting coin. Very affordable too. This Wang Meng, 2,000 years old. I think that's kind of cool. It also make me offers. Let's see, what else? What else is cool? Let's check out some silver Roman coins. See what we have newly listed in the Romans. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So this is a provincial tridrachm of our friend Mr. Hadrian, who was a great builder of many monumental works. He's responsible for the Pantheon that we still see to this day. The reason why it survives is because the church people, they took it over and took out the pagan statues and instead put saints, and also one of the kings is buried there, Victor Emmanuel III, I believe. So um, yeah, beautiful big silver, Greek provincial Roman imperial issue. Could tell because it's also written in Greek. Let's see. Very interesting. Oh, this is very interesting type of Domitian as Caesar under Titus. Why that's more interesting is that under Titus, Titus ruled for 2 years, 79 to 81. So you have this type that's in the middle of that reign that only lasted very little time. Incidentally, Mount Vesuvius actually erupted during this time period, and but this is an interesting type of Domitian as Caesar under those guys. All right. Um, this coin relates to the Circus Maximus, which is cool. Now you read this blurb. They would have racing of horses, and you have Apollo, nice portrait of him in the front, and wearing the laureate. Very interesting. I love Roman Republic coins because each talk about interesting aspects of the time. But this one has Juno on it and a bull that's very important for that time for the place, Lanuvium. The conditions are nice, and then the others like this one is amazing. That's a nice piece. Let's see what else is interesting here. This is a pretty rare coin. This one's cool. It's anonymous, but look at that style. Look at that beauty on this coin. The reverse is nicer, but look at that. You could see Jupiter with his face, literally. The beard, him holding that. That's the thunderbolt. It's a nice coin. Roman Republic, 86 BC. This is the time where they had their own first civil war, and you had the first dictators like Solo take over. What was cool about him as a dictator is that he did step down after having to do whatever he needed to do for the government in order to keep them Rome from falling during the civil war. It was the Marian party and some in the Pompeian party maybe or something else. You have to do further research on it. This one's really cool. This is a very popular Republican type with the Janiform head, Janus, looking into the beginning and end uh, in the future. The Temple of Janus had to do with peace. You close the doors when peace happened. So as you can see, there's a lot of Roman Republic. This is a very nice sharp coin. Look at that portrait. That's nice. Let's see, silver Greek. And then I have a whole bunch of different world coins that have been listing. Like, for example, maybe some France. France makes also really interesting metals too. Being interesting here. Um, well, the earlier ones are always more interesting. Louis the 14th, and then you have the medieval ones. The rare type. Anyways, my friends, I think this is has been a really good showcase of different coins. Just visit my site, TrustedCoins.com. That's where you can visit my eBay store. If you want to deal with me directly, call me at my office. Just use the catalog at gigaelectron.com to see which coins you want and how much you would like to offer. And I believe I could also sometimes enable offers here too. So this might be a very good, easy platform to check out the same things. Everything is searchable by the item numbers in the title. So let's say if you wanted to find this same coin instead of my Giga Electron website dealing with me directly, um, you could double click this number. Let's say copy and go to eBay. All right. Search it here and vice versa. All right, my friends. My site is TrustedCoins.com. I hope you found this showcase enjoyable, and I'm hoping to do a lot more because this is a good way to just look at a few coins, check them out, discuss a little bit about the history, and always have fun. All right, my friends. Wishing you well. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.